Come on.
You don't need to sit around thumping your chest to get into finance. While movies like The Wolf of Wall Street make the industry look like a wild, exclusive club, the real world of money is actually much quieter and more accessible. Instead of shouting into phones and throwing parties on yachts, the real wolves of today are usually sitting in front of an Excel spreadsheet. If you think this is very boring, then you would be right. However, finance is still a very rewarding and reputable industry. If you play your cards right, the results can be massive, and in some cases, you really could end up with a life like the Wolf of Wall Street. So how do you even start? Let's look at an example. Bob is 16 years old. He doesn't have a suit, he doesn't have any degrees, and he definitely doesn't have a seat on Wall Street. At this age, it's very helpful to look for work placement opportunities held by companies such as J.P. Morgan, PwC, or even HSBC. Finance is also a very broad industry. You should do research in what specific side of finance you are most interested in, such as going into private equity, investment banking, traditional banking, or even accountancy. It also helps to pick subjects in schools such as economics, accounting, and maths. Congratulations, Bob just turned 18. This is arguably the most important stage that could dictate how you get into finance. There's two main ways Bob can get into finance: through university or an apprenticeship. University. Unfortunately, if you weren't the most smartest in your class, you may struggle getting into finance, as going to an Ivy League or Russell Group university significantly increases your chances of getting a job or internship. When choosing what university you should go to, it's important to select one that is a major target school for large firms such as Columbia University, London School of Economics, and Oxford. If you're heading toward a degree, you should look into a sandwich year. A sandwich year is exactly what it sounds like: a professional filling in the middle of your studies. You spend your first 2 years learning the theory, but in your third year you step out of the classroom and into a firm. You spend 12 months working a real job in a real office, using those Excel skills for a real salary. Then, you head back for your fourth year to finish your degree. By the time you finish, you aren't just graduating with a degree. You're coming out with 12 months of high-level experience and a network of industry contacts. Two things that are paramount to landing that first role. Apprenticeship. A finance apprenticeship is the ultimate earn-while-you-learn model. Instead of sitting in a lecture hall for 3 years and coming out with £50,000 in debt, you start on day one as an employee. You're in the office 4 days a week and you study for one. You aren't just fetching coffee. You're managing real data, sitting in real meetings, and you guessed it, mastering those Excel spreadsheets we keep talking about. However, don't think this is the easy route. It's a reputable and high-intensity career path. But the payoff? By the time your friends are graduating uni with no experience, you've already had a 3-year head start and gained professional qualifications.
The best investment you can make is an investment in yourself. The more you learn, the more you'll earn. Warren Buffett.